phone. Airplane mode.
That's cool.
Wow.
20 seconds. Ready?
ايوه.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to That Radio Show again on another new day with a fresh start here on Saudi Radio with your host, Othman Dahlawi.
And your other host, Al-Ghalib.
And our sound engineer, the Sheikhi.
That's right.
I don't know how to put this in words, but we're going to let this music take its toll and then we'll be back. Stay tuned, everybody.
Welcome to That Radio Show. حاسس ان الليفل واطي.
The music level?
Yeah, it should be higher. I told him earlier, he said it's fine.
Oh!
It's maxed up. صح? صح?
Yeah! This is supposed to be super high when it's right here.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be really high. But this is nothing. I don't know. My ears
أكيد الليفل أوكي.
I don't know.
الليفل مو واطي؟ عشان معليه هنا على الآخر يعني برضه واطي.
Oh yeah, we have 500 followers now.
ايش؟
وطي الصوت عندك؟ نفس هذا. هنا اللي عنده كمان.
اوكي.
Maybe it's
طيب اوكي.
او نفس حق المايك الازرار هذا، شايف الازرار؟
لا اللي بتكلم عن
جنبه في اللي يوطي ما يوطي.
Oh, now it's working. Now it's working.
Okay.
No working.
لتحت.
Okay.
تحت. يا الحبيب.
لا خلاص.
Okay, now it's working. Dim Studio is on.
Okay. And we're back.
And yes, we're back. We're on air.
Let me just throw myself slowly back to my chair.
Lovely.
And we're back.
We're back. And please, could you introduce the situation, or please explain the situation to the listeners?
We've got Ahmed al-Sheikhi on the other side of the glass as a sound engineer.
Yes.
And we've got a couple of guests here that are here. They're just watching. They're not going to be talking. They just kind of wanted to get an idea. One of them's my little cousin. So he's watching us. Young man is 16. And of course, there's our cameraman for On the Spot, Seif Al-Mutairi, who's actually recording this for us on video for us to share later with all our listeners on YouTube and on Facebook.
Wonderful.
Great.
All right.
So here we are. It's Sunday. It's 4:02 p.m. If you're listening to this any other time, it's not live. And unfortunately, we still are not allowed to take phone calls.
Yeah, this would have been...
Which is a bummer.
But
inshallah, if we all keep praying, maybe it'll change one day.
Maybe, inshallah.
Inshallah.
But you can still tweet us.
That's right.
So that's not bad.
What's our Twitter address, Othman?
That Radio Show SA.
That's right. That Radio Show SA.
And yes, congratulations. My phone congratulated me last night. That Radio Show's Twitter account has a little over 500 followers. I know it's not a big number.
How does that happen? I mean, we don't even use it, right?
Yes.
We hardly use it.
For some reason, it just came back to life.
Well, alhamdulillah.
I think after we force people to go to that direction, to Twitter instead of phone calls, I guess it's the only option. So now they're just accumulating on Twitter.
Yeah, well, just go ahead and tweet us. Let us know that you're out there listening. I mean, somebody has to be listening, right?
Yes, and also, this is a very important tweet. He sent a selfie to us saying, hi, hi, hi.
Hey, back to you.
And what a wonderful selfie.
Hey, nice, cool blue sunglasses. Blue's my favorite color. What's your favorite color, Othman?
Black.
Black.
Yes.
Well, I should have guessed that.
Black.
Yeah.
Glasses with the... No, this is turquoise.
Blue. Navy blue.
Yeah, black shoes.
All right, so today's topic, what are we going to be talking about?
All right, today you told me you wanted to go for
social
problems, or
yes.
social issues.
So social issues.
Okay.
What are social issues? Social issues are any kind of issue that's going on in society that is good or not good, but it's something that someone has an issue with. Mm-hmm. Right. So, for example, a social issue could be anything like domestic abuse, could be bullying,
harassment.
There's also human interest issues.
Okay. So anything that bothers someone while just living his life?
Not necessarily anything that bothers somebody. It could be something that is good, too.
Social issues, good? So one of the social issues is positive. That's
of course.
good.
I mean, it depends on like which point of view of the argument you're at.
Oh.
You know?
Oh.
But I did want to really talk about something today. And this is something that is actually quite sad. Because, you know, here in Saudi Arabia, the family unit is very, very important. I mean, the family is number one.
Correct.
You know, of course, after our worshiping God and all that, the family unit is number one. And unfortunately, there are many, many issues in this society where people don't do the right thing, right?
Correct.
For example, let me tell you about a little case. It's a horrible case. It's not even a little case, but I'll tell you about it. A gentleman went out and married a second woman, right? Because in Islam, we are allowed 4. But the condition of that is that when you do get married, if you decide to take a second, third, or even fourth wife, you have to treat them all the same. If you buy a car for one, you get a car for the other. If you put this one in a very nice house with great furniture, you got to put the other one in a very nice house with great furniture.
Correct.
Right? That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. But unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. And one case came to my attention, of course, without naming any names, of one gentleman who took a second wife and had children with her. But because he never got the permission for the marriage from the government, because Saudis are supposed to get permission when we marry non-Saudis.
Oh, really?
So he never got permission to marry. And he's lived here with her. Okay. He's put her under the iqama of a housekeeper, and he married her, and he had from her 3 kids. One is 16, one is 12, and one is 6. Unfortunately, because he's never registered the family, he's never been able to get out a family card for them. And what this family card does is it allows...
Saudization.
Saudization comes later. But for example, in the case of this young 16-year-old gentleman, he's never been to a day of school in his life. I mean, actually, that's not true. He went for 1 semester of school. He studied. He did really well, actually. And then at the end of the term, they told him, before you continue the next semester, you have to have a family card, right? Well, the father, to date, has not had a family card issued because he never had permission for the marriage in the first place. I mean, it's a legal marriage. I mean, he went to the consulate of the woman and they got married there. But until now, the 16-year-old young man has never been to school.
That's awful.
It is. It's pretty awful. Especially, I mean, I've heard a little bit more about the case. I've seen for myself. The way that they're living is not the way that people should be living. I mean, the father is well off. He's got several sources of income. But it just seems like this... It's so irresponsible.
What would be the honorable thing to do?
Well, the honorable thing to do would be to man up, go to the government, say, hey, I made a mistake. I accept responsibility. I have these children now that I need to educate.
Would they apprehend him?
I'm sure he'll probably end up paying a fine. But I mean, even still, I mean, if you should own up to the responsibility.
Right.
If you do something wrong, own up to it. Don't let the misery and the zulm continue. It's just, it's upsetting.
Yeah, I mean, you can't run away from the truth.
Very, very true. So, but the great thing is that these kind of things are not really allowed to happen. I mean, there's so many different mechanisms to prevent this from happening, but this particular case apparently fell through the cracks somehow. Mm-hmm. But anyways, there is a plan afoot to get this family registered and to get them in school.
So this could happen.
Inshallah. Inshallah, there is a plan afoot, and hopefully this family will be able to start. The young man will be able to start his education, which is really sad at the age of 16. Because I mean, at one point is he going? I mean, at this point, he's going to graduate from high school when he's 30 years old. I mean, that's ridiculous, right?
It's a waste of time. Instead of just walking through the right path, he could have done much greater or much more good than he would have done back then. I mean, if he just followed the rules, it would have been simple. He would have eased the pain of school and graduating at 30. I mean, it's not easy for any child to graduate at a certain year after all the kids have already graduated earlier. Mm-hmm. That's another generation just graduating and you're still in school.
I mean, the other fact of this is that, for example, the young man barely has any friends, because I mean, most of the friendships that we build
make through school.
We make through school. We make through our social interactions with other people.
Correct.
You know, by not being in school, he's not having the friends. You know.
I see.
It's tragic. But like I said, there is a plan afoot to get this resolved.
I'm sure, inshallah, everything will work out for the best.
Indeed. If you're in a situation like this, or any of our listeners are in a situation where you're being victimized by someone, don't stay quiet. Definitely go out there and say something. Go out there and say something. Like I said, the mechanism does exist in this country to not allow things like this to happen.
Correct.
Yeah.
And for how long has he been keeping this secret? I mean, I haven't kept count of the years with the kids. I mean, has it been like 20 years now since he's been married and he's been keeping quiet?
It's been about 18 years, I think, since they got married. 18 years ago, they got married.
And the government hasn't found out?
They got married within the kingdom. The marriage was done through the consulate of the woman.
Okay.
But no official permission was given for the marriage because the father never went and applied for it. And that's the situation. That is the sad, sad situation.
18 years.
Yep. And this young 16-year-old young man, I don't know what he's going to do with his future. But there it is. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in a situation where you're being victimized, let me just say it for the third time, there is help out there. You just need to lift up the phone and call.
Do what's right.
Do what's right. Or if you also know of anybody that is being victimized, don't stay quiet. If it's not even you, if someone else is being victimized, don't stay quiet. Go say something.
Exactly.
That's a responsibility we all have.
Take responsibility.
Indeed.
Really.
All right. Shall we take a music break and we'll come back?
Oh, let's do that. All right. We'll be back to your listeners. Stay tuned.
That bloody song again!
I'm going to go break that CD. Be right back. I'm going to go smash the CD, okay? I really want to smash the CD.
It's that song again, Othman. Go next door and break the CD. Khalas.
Film me. Film me breaking the CD with rage.
We have to break the CD. All right, we'll continue with the song, and then we'll break the CD.
Yes.
All right.
And we film it.
All right.
السي اللي اعطيتك اللي في الجهاز هذا فواصل يعني عارف ايه هو المقدمه فيه هذه غلطتي يعني يا ريتني حطيت المقدمه ايش على سي دي ثاني والفواصل اللي فيها على سي دي ثاني هذه غلطتي بس نستخدم التركات الخمسه ثانيه اللي فيها كفواصل 100 alright hold on. Dear listeners, you're listening to That Radio Show here on Saudi Radio with your hosts Othman Dahlawi
and Essam Al-Ghalib
and our sound engineer
Ahmed Sheikhi.
Okay, perfect. He needed that just to switch from the system to the CD. So this is my CD.
Okay, good.
Go
break the CD.
1 sec after the show. I love this song. I love this song, man. This is like and we're back. We just made it in time.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
We are back.
All right.
On That Radio Show.
Here on Saudi Radio.
Has anybody tweeted us, Othman? Nope.
That's a sad truth. No tweets up until now. Dear listeners, if you're home or not driving but parked, please tweet us on That Radio Show, I say. Tell us what do you think, and we will reply.
Yeah, don't tweet while you're driving, please.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah,
don't tweet and drive.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
So, to continue on from last week, I mean, we got some good reviews about last episode. People actually enjoyed the news bits we were doing and a little commentary on it. But hey, we got a tweet.
Yes, we do, and it was just a quick coincidence since the last tweet was from the same person. Mamdouh Jaha. Hi, can you put big in Japan?
Oh, he wants Big in Japan.
Oh, I should really download that song. That's a good song.
I have it, but I just haven't got it burned to a CD. Okay, for the next episode, Mamdouh, we'll do that for you on Thursday, inshallah.
Promise you.
Also, you have to remind me on Wednesday.
Oh, I'll write it down.
Okay, we'll remind each other.
All right.
All right, awesome. So, we're going to continue with the funny news bits.
All right. Funny news bits?
Okay.
All right, straight up, let's do this. Bus explodes
that's not
on Lambeth.
funny.
Yeah, well, it is in a moment. Wait, this might be a spoiler alert, but go on. Bus explodes on Lambeth Bridge in London, but it was all for a movie.
Oh,
Yes,
my goodness.
the bus
Alhamdulillah.
really exploded.
Oof, alhamdulillah, you had me worried there for a moment. It's like, what? A bus exploding on Lambeth Bridge. Did anyone die? Oh, well, obviously not. It was for a movie.
It was all plotted. Filmmakers criticized for failing to adequately warn the public that blast just yards from MI5's HQ was special effects stunts.
For anyone
What
that doesn't
they
know what MI5 is, it's Military Intelligence 5, which is the intelligence unit of
Base
the
in
UK.
the UK. Why would they not warn anybody?
I guess somebody didn't put it on the list of things, get the explosives, put them on the bridge, set them up.
So they really brought explosives and planted them on the bus. That's how they blew it up.
Well, of course, I mean, for the movie. But you know what? This actually has me a bit concerned, Othman. You know why?
All right.
Because somebody actually went up there, put a bus there that's rigged with explosives. They put it up on Lambeth Bridge, very close to MI5, and nobody noticed that all this was going on.
And the other thing is, it's a real explosion. I mean, neighboring
My goodness, yeah. I
houses might see this and might get a heart attack, might thinking that it's a terrorist attack.
Indeed,
God forbid.
I kind of know I kind of know how
You know
people
that-
may have felt.
Yeah.
I remember being back in LA years and years ago. I was sitting in a hotel room,
All right.
up on like the 32nd floor or something, and sure enough, down there at street level, there was an explosion. It surprised the life out of me. But then once I took a closer look, you could see that there's a camera crew and everything. So I guess people in LA or Los Angeles are used to this. London, not so much.
Not so much, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for Jackie Chan's new movie. Spoiler alert.
Oh, is it?
The Foreigner.
The Foreigner.
Make sure you look out for it, dear listeners. A bus explodes on Lambeth Bridge in London during filming for Jackie Chan's new movie or new film, The Foreigner. I'll have to see that. I'll have to see the same bus explode. So this, while watching the movie, I can never unsee that, knowing that it's a real explosion.
That's right. So when you're watching the movie and everybody watches The Foreigner, when the bus explodes on Lambeth Bridge, think of us and
this
tweet
is
us.
a real explosion.
It's a big one, too.
Not special effects. I think there are a few special effects, maybe just a little bit
Maybe.
with the, a car maybe running into it instead of.
But if you look at the
Explosive.
picture, that's actually a tube train blowing up, isn't it?
Oh.
Or is that a bus?
Oh yeah, it is.
No, it is a bus.
real.
Okay.
No, it's a real tube train. It actually has the location board on at the front where it says, for example, Kingston Road.
Yeah,
21, bus 21, Kingston Road, and there's a small ad for another movie on the bus. Movieception. All right. Onlookers were left worried and confused when a double-decker bus exploded just yards from MI5's headquarters in central London, but despite the realistic blast and the troubling similarity with the deadly bus bombing during 2005,
7/7.
7/7 terrorist attacks, members of the public were quickly reassured that it was all for a movie, but still, this would cause a lot of panic. If some people didn't
indeed
know.
it would. But lots of people tweeted about it. They really freaked out.
Check it out. There's a little video. Whoa!
Yeah, there's the bus being blown up. I think
there
he just
was someone
scared our
driving
listeners.
it.
Maybe it was by remote control.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, the explosion was pretty cool. I gotta tell you, it was good. A lot of videos about. Whoa, that is just beautiful.
Wow, you see, if I had
The birds
just arrived in London, and I mean that would have scared the life out of me, quite honestly.
That really would.
Maybe they should have put a sign under the bridge, movie in progress.
Or police cars, next to it. Yeah. Oh, okay. So they did tape the area.
No, Osman.
What?
That is the actual attack.
Oh, wow.
That's a video of the bus that was blown up back on July 7th in 2005. That was an awful day for London.
But this is for the movie. This picture says it is for the movie. Clean up after filming exploding bus.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm really looking forward to looking to this movie. I mean,
Yeah, I think
real-life
I
explosion.
think you'll enjoy it.
all right. So what else can we get from interesting news?
I don't know what you just did there, but there was something I had just seen.
Here?
Yeah, there it is. Overexcited puppy accidentally causes a house fire while a family slept.
Yay!
Oh my goodness,
Knowing-
that's a bad dog.
Bad dog.
Bad dog.
Icy wouldn't do it, right?
No, my
Yeah.
dog. My dog wouldn't
I
set
see
the
the
house on
girl.
fire.
Yeah.
I think my dog, if the house was on fire, she'd bark and wake me up and pull me out. But she's not allowed in the bedroom.
4-month-old Labrador Ted switched on an electric grill as she jumped up looking for something to chew after her owners had gone to bed. A puppy set his house on fire by accidentally switching on an oven in the middle of the night. 4-month-old Labrador Ted switched... Okay, whatever.
He switched on an electric grill as he jumped up looking for something to chew.
Okay, so you should always buy a chew toy for your dog.
Yes, indeed. But you know, it's just weird. Dogs are like that. You'll get them a toy. You'll go spend some money on a toy. They'll play with it for a minute, and then they'll just go back to like eating your tissues. Next time you come over to my house, Othman, let me show you the hard drive that my dog chewed up.
Oh.
I used to do this when I used to go out and leave her alone at the house for like a couple of hours. I'd come back. She would either have eaten the pillows or the remote control for the stereo system or the hard drive.
You should keep those in a box.
I do have them.
Floor safe or something.
I do have them. She even ate my credit cards once. Once I came home, I found my Visa card in her mouth with holes in it.
Oh, wow. That's just terrible.
Not to mention the 500 dirham notes, because this was in the UAE, that she had chewed through. So, yes, 1,500 riyals was just eaten by the dog.
Those are not refundable, right?
What are you going to do? She ate it. Am I going to pick it out of its backside? No.
Yes. No, I'm saying that you can give her medicine. And that's a lot of money.
Well, yeah.
You can't just let that go.
It's all right. But, I mean, for all the joy and protection she gives, it's all right. But, I made sure that I never left credit cards or money anywhere where the dog can get them.
Well, let it be known, everybody, that the dog that chew on the cables and the fire just started bursting. No one got hurt.
Alhamdulillah. So and I'm really glad the dog didn't get electrocuted. I mean, chewing through electric cords is not a good thing.
So the dog's okay and the family's okay.
But the house burned down.
Yes, but the house burned.
So I guess they're all homeless now. Well, hey, you know what? I bet you the dog did that. Just burned the house down because they didn't walk it enough. So when you don't have a house to live in, what are you going to do? You're going to be out on the streets, which dogs absolutely love.
Oh, so
do you think the dog did that on purpose?
As well? Do you think?
Well, I think he just wanted to be walked. It's like, I'll burn the house down and we'll go for a walk.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine the fun it had? I mean, dogs love water hoses, unlike cats. So I just imagine the fire department just hosing the house down and, like, the dogs all celebrating and singing Our House Burned Down. You know that song? The house is on fire.
I know that song. Yeah, but we can't play it. But it's a good song, so I think it fits the situation.
Indeed.
Okay, so there's another news topic here that I really don't know if it's photoshopped or true.
This must be in California.
The Telegraph says it. Sea lion wanders into upscale restaurant, casually takes a nap.
Yes, this must be in California.
Really?
Yes.
A number of sea lion pups in the area have been coming inland looking for high ground in warm areas. Staff of the restaurant in San Diego were surprised
to California.
Yes,
California, high five.
Good job. Okay, to discover an unexpected visitor had spent the night there this week. An 8-month-old female sea lion pup.
Oh, look at it, so cute. It matches the couch too.
And it
color coordinated.
Restaurant staff called in experts from SeaWorld in San Diego. Oh, that's good. At least they called experts, not just who captured the sea lion in a net and took her back to the theme park, where she's now being nursed back to health.
Oh, that's great. At least she didn't set the restaurant on fire. I'll tell you the reason I said California, because, I spent a lot of my time in San Francisco. And up there on Pier 39, for people that are familiar with San Francisco, when you go out there, there's hundreds of sea lions that come and actually sunbathe on the pier. And sometimes...
Sunbathe?
Yeah, they go up there, they sunbathe, they sleep. Yeah, it's quite a sight.
Can I have a sea lion as a pet?
I'm sure you can.
No, I won't.
But, I mean, you'd have... I don't know where'd you put it.
It's an unusual pet, really. I mean, even otters. I've seen a video of an otter just acting like a normal pet in the house, and the guy was happy with it. I mean, he's perfectly happy with an otter for a pet, and he called it a dog.
Huh.
All the title of the video is, I got a new dog, he's kind of weird. It turns out it was an otter.
But, in Arabic, we actually call them kilab al-bahr.
Oh.
Which is sea dogs.
So, in reality, they are dogs, so...
I guess.
Okay, I guess they win any day.
Oh, dear. Your internet went down?
No, it's just the websites acting up. I've seen a lot of really weird news pieces here, but some of them I can't say because I don't know if they're true, and some of them are just and some of them are not really interesting. I mean, look at this. Roger, the super buff kickboxing kangaroo, is back and bigger than ever.
I've heard of this before. This thing can like a metal bucket, a big metal bucket.
Okay.
It can totally like bend it and stuff. I mean, look at it. It's ripped. It's like bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger was.
So this guy's real.
Yeah. It's a real kangaroo.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've never seen one. Not even at a zoo. Have you ever seen a kangaroo?
I think I did when I was a kid, but I can't remember. I went to a zoo as a child. I was 8 years old, and I've seen a lot of animals, but maybe I've seen a kangaroo, but I can't tell for sure.
Wow.
I was a child. But I saw an elephant up close. I saw a llama up close. They did not spit on me. Don't worry, those are alpacas. I think those are alpacas, right?
They're llamas. They spit.
Or the alpaca. They don't spit. There's a difference. Alpaca and llama.
I know. I don't know camel spit. Do camels spit? Let's ask Ahmed al-Sheikh.
I think so. Why did you ask him?
He'll know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, we'll ask him later.
Maybe.
Hey, let me tell you. You know, I just found out last week. The aquarium on the Corniche here in Jeddah.
Okay.
You know they've got dolphins, right? And they've got sea lions as well. So a friend of mine who was a sound engineer previously, Muhammad Aizi, actually, he just got recently hired at the aquarium as a dolphin trainer. So he's actually being trained now to train dolphins.
Wow.
I was hanging out with him the other night, and he showed me a video of him with the dolphins. It's awesome. He's in the pool, and the dolphins kind of like push him along in the water at high speed, so that he's practically out of the water, kind of like skiing, being propelled by the dolphins.
Wow.
It is really cool. But the only problem is the aquarium is for families only. So like single men like you and I can't go.
Why?
Because it's for families only.
Why am I forced to meet a lady? Why am I forced to become a father to go and see an aquarium? Well, if my family doesn't want to go.
You have to get married, ya Sheikh.
Not now.
Later.
Well,
you're only 21. You're only 21.
What about Dubai? I go there and I go to the aquarium. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, then I go see the aquarium there. Or I could just look up the aquarium on YouTube and watch it for free. You don't even have to pay the ticket.
But that's true. But hey, let me add something. You know, a lot of people, and I'm one of those people that believes that dolphins and other wild animals or mammals, they should not be in an enclosure. But I asked him about that, and he told me, look, they're there. You know, so it's best that
intelligent creatures.
They're there at the aquarium. So it's best that it's best that he's there with them at least. You know, I know him; he's a really good guy, a compassionate guy. And hey, the dolphins seem to have taken to him really, really quickly. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to grab my.
Happy?
He's happy. Dolphins are happy, I think. So I think I might have to take my 91-year-old grandmother over to the aquarium so that we can look at the dolphins.
This one's quite disturbing. You want to go for it? New species of tarantula named after Johnny Cash for a very disturbing reason.
Oh dear, what's the disturbing reason for?
Aphonopelma Johnny Cashi was discovered in California near Folsom Prison, which the musician made famous in his song Folsom Prison Blues. Careful, this new species of tarantula does not stick its fangs into you, as it will burn like a ring of fire. Get it? Okay. Scientists have
that was funny, Johnny Cash.
Scientists have named a new species of tarantula after country music legend Johnny Cash. Aphonopelma Johnny Cashi was discovered in... Okay. The coloring of the spider, which measures up to 6 inches across, also brings to mind the man in black who favored dark outfits. Mature males have solid black bodies. It was one of the 14 new tarantula species found in the United States, all members of the Aphonopelma family. Wait, so there are new spiders still being discovered?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, there's still fish being discovered.
Look, with all the spiders in the world right now, I'm very scared. I don't want new species. I'm all right with what we have now.
Are you, what's the term, arachnophobic?
Yes, I'm arachnophobic.
Arachnophobic. Fear of spiders.
Fear of... Oh, definitely. 100% definitely. If I see a spider, I can't face it. I'm sorry. I just can't.
My thing is cockroaches.
Really?
No, cockroaches and those lizards.
Oh.
Dude, if I see one of those in my house, the lizard...
Burn, baby, burn.
No, I'll tell you, it's almost embarrassing. If I see a lizard in my house, and you know they're see-through, and they eat mosquitoes and cockroaches. Anyway, if I see one in my...
they're transparent.
Some of them are, and they're quite horrid-looking things. I mean, they're great because they'll eat the cockroaches and the mosquitoes and the flies.
All right.
But just believe me, when I see one of those anywhere near me, and it's running across the living room, I let out, and I'm embarrassed to say it, I scream like a woman.
What about...
I go, ah!
What about rats?
Exactly like that.
What about rats?
Rats, I'm not bothered too much by rats, so long as they're not near me. I'll tell you a funny story.
Okay.
I'll tell you a little funny story.
All right.
True story.
All right.
I was living in Istanbul.
Okay.
And the night before, I'd gotten a bag of potato chips, and I was snacking on it, and then I went to bed. I wake up in the morning, and I sit in my chair in my living room in Istanbul, and I hear the bag of crisps, which is right next to me on the left. I hear it moving.
Oh.
And I just hear it going...
Well, that's
it's like
not
crackling.
normal.
And I'm looking at it. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, I must be imagining things. So I went, I made myself a cup of coffee, came back, and I'm sitting. And the table's next to me with a bag of chips on it. And I just look, and the bag is definitely now moving. I'm looking at the bag, and it's moving.
It's moving.
And I'm like, I didn't know what it was, man. I really didn't know what in the world was going on.
Okay.
So just when I'm about to like touch the bag and see what's going on, this little mouse, a cute little brown mouse, maybe about 2.5 inches long.
Oh, okay.
You're saying, like it's Adi.
Oh, that'll be food for my snake.
There you go, if I had a snake. Anyway, this thing comes charging towards me down the edge of the table, and I let out one wonderful scream. A really, really wonderful scream.
You made sure the neighbors downstairs heard it.
Oh, indeed they did. But you know what I did next? Because I love animals, and
so do I.
I don't want to kill anything unless it's like hurting me. And this little guy, it's my fault. I left the window open. He comes in through the balcony, sees the chips, starts eating them. The last thing you want to do is kill it, right?
That's right.
So I had to research ways of catching the mouse without killing it, and without Icy getting it. Because my dog would, for 2 days before that, she would sit and stare at a particular corner and make these funny noises. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong with the dog. I mean, I believe animals can see things that we can't see. So I was thinking, like, maybe there's a jinn going on or there's something.
Oh, God.
But alhamdulillah, it was just a little mouse. And eventually, I ended up killing it by mistake.
What? You can kill something by mistake?
I killed it by mistake. Apparently, its hiding spot was behind the couch.
Okay.
So I was moving furniture around and vacuuming, and, I slammed the couch back against the wall.
Oh.
And then you hear this little... Eek. I'm like, oh no, what was that?
You know what that sounds like?
Well, I was hoping
it was.
It was Dead Mouse.
Dead Mouse, the DJ.
That's good. Dead Mouse.
And once you push the couch to the wall, you know that the DJ has come alive. Dead Mouse.
Right. Hey, speaking of Dead Mouse, I will burn that song. I will bring it in for Big in Japan next week as well.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, let's do that.
But before, there's another story I had about actually rats, not mice.
Tell me.
Mice, I've seen mice, but rats, there's a different story. Back when I used to live in Khalidiyah, we had this small garden, not really big and not too small, just perfect size. We used to grow tomatoes, a little bit of greens, nothing too big.
In Khalidiyah?
Yeah, I used to live in Khalidiyah. So
I like how you say it. Say it again.
Khalidiyah.
Khalidiyah. Yeah.
Khalidiyah.
Khalidiyah.
You want me to say Khalidiyah from now? I'll
No,
say
don't
it.
do that.
Okay, so we had this little garden and...
A gun?
A garden.
A garden. I thought you said gun.
No.
I'm like, no.
I wish we did. So, kidding. I'm joking, dude. Just acting in a movie.
To shoot the rat.
Yes. But no, I don't believe in killing
No, but if you shoot
creatures.
the rat, everything that's inside the rat that's disgusting is just going to explode out and it's going to be all over the walls.
No, I don't believe in killing animals, really. I'm a pacifist when it comes to killing. But really, we had a rat infestation in that garden. So next to our house, there was just an empty land, just complete dust. Just dirt and a lot of wreckage. Wood and
construction
buckets
stuff
and construction and so on. So I'm guessing that's where they're breeding. So our driver,
what's his name?
Yusri.
Yusri, okay.
Killed an entire family tree of that rat. I mean, really, honestly, every
killed
day.
The whole family tree.
Well, look,
not just one branch.
No,
he killed the whole family.
The cousin, the brother, the sister. I don't know.
He got them all.
I felt really bad, to be honest. I mean, we brought this rat cage, very well known, very famous. It has a small door at the front. You just pull it out, and then you hang a piece of fruit or vegetable inside, and you keep the cage open. As soon as the rat enters that cage and starts nibbling on the fruit, the cage door just locks, and then it starts squealing. So my room was relatively close to the garden, so I can tell, I can hear the rat screaming and squealing. And I wake up to that voice, that really horrid voice. This is where the parts get interesting. So every day for 11 days, straight,
not 10, not 12.
11 days straight, we catch a rat every day.
And then what do you do with it?
Check this out. Every day for 11 days, I wake up to the squealing voice of the rat, knowing that I caught a really big rat in a cage. So my driver just pulls the cage up, gets the trash bucket, and fills it up with water all the way to the top.
Don't tell him he's going to drown the rat.
Yes, and he drops the cage all the way to the bottom, where the rat is forced to death.
That is a horrible story,
Death
Othman.
by
I'm
drowning.
going to get teary-eyed
And
now.
this
Look,
happened-
look, I've got a tear.
Dude, this happened.
Ishad.
This happened 11 times.
He's going to go to hellfire.
I can't tell for sure, but this happened 11 times. I really felt bad, to be honest. I mean, in the last one we caught was huge. That one was a big one.
You couldn't just take it out to the desert and leave it there?
Well, I don't know. He said he was threatening our garden, and it could be poisoning it. You never know, because rats are disgusting.
Is he still your driver?
No.
Okay, because I was going to go have a word with him.
Oh, well, you could tell for sure I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. My dad wasn't happy, but hey, he was taking care of the business. He said, I'll take care of it. You guys don't have to. And quite frankly, I was really afraid. I was a kid, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, those things carry a lot of disease.
But I
and
was sad.
lately, I've been seeing a lot of them. I mean, the street cats we have here in Jeddah are useless.
Yeah, the street cats here are useless.
I'll tell you what the
completely.
problem is. They go into the trash, and they
Okay.
eat all the trash.
All
So
right.
then they see the mouse, and they're like, yeah, it's okay. We don't need the mouse or the rat. We've got
Never mind me just passing through.
garbage to eat.
So cats here are just really
Useless. Cats are generally useless.
How come we don't have an exterminator service here? Or we
We do.
can tell... No, not those exterminators. I mean, I'm talking about... Well, we can talk about guys that pick up
Litter?
familiar animals in the streets. What are they
Oh,
called?
the people who pick up animals after they're run over?
No, when they're alive. Just roaming
Oh, like
animals.
Oh,
I thi-
like a dog catcher, like they have in
Yeah,
other
like the dog
countries?
catcher and cat catcher. I mean, they could just pick up all these cats from the streets instead because they're just dying.
And then where would you put them?
In a small room, I guess, with these cages, and people can either adopt them.
That's a good idea.
It's not bad. It's
a while
good
back-
business too.
In the UAE, I remember I was living in Al-Ain for a while, and this company called Orkin, it's a pest control company. They were contracted by the government to actually pick up the feral animals, street cats and street dogs and stuff. The company would pick them up, see which of them are houseable. They would give them their shots, their injections,
So
to make
even
sure
if
they're
they're
good.
rabid.
And then they would, no, rabid animals would have to be put down.
At all. It's,
Yeah.
like, there is no other option.
No, you have to put it down.
Oh, wow.
You know, but I mean, people worry about rabies, but rabies is actually not that prevalent nowadays
I
in the
see.
world.
Yeah, rabies aren't that really scattered around. I mean, I don't see any news about rabid animals attacking.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's really rare to find these animals.
indeed. And you also will not be attacked by any animal here in Saudi Arabia because, unfortunately, I mean, cats, they don't let people come by. Dogs, especially, don't let anyone come near them.
And no one is really stupid enough to just go and try to fight a dog or a cat. I mean, who would really just torture a dog or a cat?
Some people
just
do.
Let them be.
Do you remember that video I showed you, Othman? Ladies and gentlemen,
that was horrible.
Maybe you remember this. Do you remember that video of the guy, this idiot, that was in his Jeep in the middle of the desert, driving over a dog, and he was back up in reverse and chased the dog around to run him over? Eventually ended up killing the dog. You know he got sentenced to 5 years in prison?
Thank you. Thank you, government. Thank you. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this music break.
Yes. Thank you. سنة الحياة.
روح تزوج لك فارة.
Why are we talking about rats, mice, cats, everything?
Camel toes.
What?
Camel toes.
Essam!
Camel toes. We have to talk about camel toes.
Essam, what are you doing? You're gonna get fired.
You know what a camel toe is?
No, don't Google it. Don't trust me. Don't do it.
Now I'm thinking of a way to get camel and toe in the same sentence.
A camel stepped on my toe. Don't do it, man. Don't. We're really gonna get screwed.
I think we're okay. Look, my phone is off, so Hussein hasn't called, so that's good. Yeah, I'm on airplane mode. It's killing me without the phone calls, yeah.
Check it out. A spider found it crawling in a bag of salad. I've seen this video.
Ew.
Imagine you're shopping in the supermarket and you see this bag of salad and you see a spider crawling inside.
I'd say it's fresh salad.
No, but really, what would you do? Honestly, put yourself in this situation.
I take it to the customer service guy and tell him, like, what the hell?
Would you buy another bag?
Do you charge extra for the spider?
Does the spider come with it for free? Well, really, I wouldn't, man.
Okay, we have 15 minutes. I think it's going alright. He laughed a couple of times, he laughed a couple of times, so I think we're okay. What's his name hasn't sent me the news brief.
I like this website, the TrumpDonald.org.
Oh, did you see that? I put that on there.
That was so good.
We're back on that radio show.
Yes, we are.
With Othman Dahlawi.
And Essam Al-Ghalib.
On Saudi Radio.
And we have our sound engineer, Ahmed Al-Sheikhi, in the studio.
And we've got about 14 minutes left. And Othman, you are about to tell me about the duct tape challenge. Okay. Challenges in general. Yeah, some of them are a bad idea.
The YouTube internet sensation called the challenges, where they ask YouTubers to do crazy and stupid, unthinkable things.
Okay, such as?
For example, this young fellow, man chokes to death trying to eat a cheeseburger whole. Darren Bray told his friends to watch this as he rolled up a 99p burger as a cheeseburger into a ball and tried to fit it in his mouth in one go. Just one. Yep. No chewing.
He took the burger,
before
he made it into a ball, and he shoved it down his throat.
Yep, before turning blue.
Well, I guess it blocked his air passageway.
Oh, and he's a father of 3.
I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, really?
Okay, so a father of 3 children choked to death as he tried to eat a cheeseburger in one mouthful. And
in the UK.
Inquest heard in the UK. Darren Ray, he's only 29. Blacked out when he attempted to fit the burger, and it was a night out with the friends, and he just lost his life. His kids.
And none of his friends knew the Heimlich maneuver? None of his friends knew how to remove a piece of food lodged in his throat?
How are you going to remove this out of someone's throat?
Well, the Heimlich maneuver, you come up to a person from behind them, and you put your arms around them, and you thrust your arms inwards towards their stomach, compressing their lungs, and the air pressure is supposed to dislodge whatever's stuck in your throat.
But it's a ball of cheeseburger.
That's just really, what a waste.
I mean, these
not a waste of the cheeseburger, a waste of life.
A waste of life and everything in it. I mean, these challenges, I mean, especially for YouTubers who have YouTube accounts, and they're just really famous, and they have this wide variety of, fans, haters, you call them haters, and fans, addicted fans, normal people watching, and so on. So these people suggest challenges on the comment sections, and this YouTuber reads them and starts to perform them just to please the viewers. Look at me. You requested me to do something dumb, and here it is. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, so I can get more money, but I'll do crazy stuff for you.
Wow.
The world has really turned into the Hunger Games movie, if you think about it, but in a very technological way, and it's just really insane. I mean, look at this, for example. Failed duct tape challenge leaves 14-year-old in hospital with serious head injuries.
What is the duct tape challenge? I haven't heard of this. What is it?
I'll explain it to you, just as said here. This challenge involves a person wrapping someone in duct tape who is then filmed trying to escape. Some videos uploaded to YouTube showing people attempting the challenge have millions of views. Millions! So that would leave a lot of money in your bank account.
Okay.
Skylar, who had played the game before with school friends, decided to undertake the challenge again while at Renton Academy in Washington. This is how he looks like. Hello.
My goodness.
Hello, everybody.
He's got our listeners can't see this, but his head has been shaved bald. He's got a huge crack along the top of his head. There's blood coming down from his eyes. This is gruesome, man. This is supposed to be fun.
I mean, this is...
So what? So he was wrapped up in duct tape, and then you just lifted it?
I know, he has to try to escape forcefully. No one's going to help him. They wrap you with around at least 500 straps of duct tape. And you have to escape that. You have to forcefully push yourself out of the duct tape and onto your freedom.
You sound like you've tried this.
No. Seen it.
Okay.
Never tried it. I don't do
Yeah, okay.
like
So the reason your hair is shorter today is not because of the duct tape challenge. You actually had a haircut.
That's a good one, though.
I was worried.
There are a lot of challenges. A lot of people died because of that, like the selfie challenge.
So, I mean, here's the woman is saying her name is Fish. Miss Fish said her main priority is now to warn others there are consequences to trending online games. So all she says, all I can do is bring awareness so other parents can look and see what kids are getting into. Kids out there listening to Othman and I, don't do the duct tape challenge. It's just stupid. I
mean, there's, for example, the cinnamon challenge. You have to put cinnamon in your mouth. You have to swallow it without coughing. That's also another challenge that, I don't know, caused a lot of problems. And the last one is the selfie challenge. You take a selfie in the most dangerous places.
Oh, I've seen some of those.
Some people died. A lot of people died, actually.
Especially selfies from places that are way up high. People go out there and they're hanging 300 meters above the ground from an electric tower.
2 women fell and to their death.
Yeah.
Met their selfie demise.
What's wrong with people?
Why? Just for a picture? You just climb all the way to the highest of the top of buildings just to take a picture and fall and die.
Look, you want to be famous? Go apply for a job at your local TV station or radio station.
Exactly.
Don't go hanging off the top of an electric tower.
Or if you're a YouTuber, try to remain respectful and try not to do dumb things for the viewers. Okay, the viewers would hate it if they found you dead one day.
Yeah.
Right or wrong.
Of course.
There's a YouTuber that, well, there are a lot of YouTubers that committed a lot of stupid things that they lost all the viewers and so on. So I'm sure the viewers love you and love your life, and your life is much more precious than just wasting it on some stupid challenge.
This looks kind of cool. There's some some crazy, controversial internet crazes. Some of them we can't mention on the radio, but some of them I think we can.
Yeah.
Like, what is tombstoning? It emerged in 2012 as a much more dangerous fad. It involved finding the highest rock to leap from, giving jumpers sufficient time to change their body position to resemble a tomb falling into the sea. It was invented initially as a way to keep cool during sizzling temperatures, but as the challenges became more daunting, some experienced horrific injuries as a result of jumping into shallow or rocky waters.
These are the crazies.
Stupid! Again, stupid.
Oh, this one's a really huge mad phase for everybody in the world.
What is it?
Okay, I can't really say the first 2 letters, but I'll call it diving.
Okay.
While not as dangerous as other internet fascinations...
Staff from a particular hamburger place.
Okay, finding themselves on the receiving end of another internet craze, diving. Started last year and normally comes at the end of a very bad night out with the friends. You know, bad friends. People that influence you to do bad things. You know, like
people that influence you to do things that put you under the influence of things that are haram. Yeah. So these people were under the influence of something. No wonder it's haram.
So where it is then customary for a driver to go to the nearest
restaurant, hamburger place.
Yes, with a drive-through. Must be drive-through. And launch themselves over the counter. You know, this particular fast food restaurants started hiring bouncers at peak times of the day to deal with any mischief makers.
So this diving thing, people would go to this restaurant, they'd just like go inside and they would dive over the counter behind the cashier.
Yes, for fun. Just for the lulls, if you will.
What are you young people doing nowadays? I mean, is this fun?
This is what they do.
This is what young people like you do?
I don't do that.
You don't
play
do
video
it.
games.
Okay.
I do that in a virtual world, but I don't do that here.
Oh my goodness.
Another one is gallon smashing, and this one is quite the thing.
Is it?
I mean,
what is gallon smashing?
Okay, so if you
I'm
head over
just
to the
totally
US,
getting educated in the ways of the young today.
you'll see this. If you head to
I'm
the
glad
US,
I was born in the 70s.
if you head to
Lord.
the US, go to a supermarket. You see milk on the floor. You know that there's some stupid dumb teenager that did this.
Okay.
Okay, given that the flossy floors are prominent in supermarkets, it would be deemed acceptable to see the occasional person slip over, but this is no accident. Gallon smashing started to appear on YouTube last year and has become increasingly popular in the United States. It sees agile teenagers throw gallons of milk in the air as well as hurtling themselves onto the ground. However, with the mess, cost, and inconvenience that has caused the gallon smashing craze has seen security stepped up in supermarkets.
I mean, apart from the fact that it's a waste of food
They act like they're
and a
slipping.
waste of milk or juice or whatever, it's irresponsible. If you throw something on the floor, a gallon, and some person walks through it and slips and breaks their neck, that's not funny.
I mean, there are a lot of stupid things. Gun selfies?
Gun selfies? Yeah.
Take selfies with guns.
The quickest way to get yourself arrested is to pose for a selfie with a gun. Like these idiots are doing. Planking.
Oh no. Planking in Australia, 2008. The trend of planking swept Britain a year later. The craze in which people from straight figure with hands down at their sides had thousands of participants uploading their efforts onto Facebook, while most were harmless enough. The more daring have been known to plank across railway tracks and between buildings,
My goodness.
causing major health concerns. In 2011, a 20-year-old man died after planking on a 7-story building in Australia.
I guess he was really bad at it, and he fell. He fell and he died, didn't he?
All this for the viewers.
That's awful.
All this.
Have you heard about this punch game? I saw this yesterday, Othman. It's called the knockout game, and it's really one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. Kids play the knockout game. What do? They go up to a perfect stranger on the street, and they just punch him in the face and knock him out.
No.
Just for the fun of it.
Oh, come on. That's
I saw this
wrong.
video yesterday of a young man. It wasn't in Saudi, obviously. Abroad. He walked up to an elderly lady who was carrying her groceries.
No.
And he walked up and he just socked her right in the face.
No.
The woman fell over, knocked out. Disgusting. Disgusting. The knockout game.
Why?
Because people are stupid.
Okay.
Some people
you
are
want
just-
to end this madness?
Yes.
Whoever participates in this game must pay a $10 million fine.
If you
I
get
win.
if you get involved in the knockout game here in Saudi Arabia and you get caught,
100 years in jail.
you are in big trouble. Big trouble.
But I would like to have those kinds of, rules so that you could prevent these people from doing such stupid madness.
I mean, people get hurt. I mean, my goodness.
Lady!
If somebody had gone up to my grandmother and knocked her out, I don't think that guy would be living, and I think I'd probably be in prison. Don't you think? Asman is giving me the signal
Let's
to
keep
calm
it low
down.
key here.
Calm down, Asman.
Keep it low key. Keep it
Don't
low
hurt
key.
me.
But I'm just saying, an elderly woman being socked like they're just like that. I mean, she's a woman and then she's old. Yet you have to respect them. But you,
Yeah.
why? All this for a laugh?
Who knows?
What if she got
funny
majorly
to me.
injured? What if she died?
She certainly didn't look like she was enjoying it at all. I mean, the woman went out flat out cold, Osman. She was on her back, knocked out. And the kid just goes, oh, and he runs off. What an idiot.
Just to get views on YouTube. So he can make a little bit of money.
And he gets arrested, too.
Oh,
Which probably even gets him even more notoriety. Who knows?
congratulations. You got arrested.
Well, Ozzy, it's 4:58, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time where we've got to shut down that radio show and prepare for the news brief.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wait, we do have a tweet before we go by Basim. Hey, guys, I'd like to know what's your opinion about special social experiment pranks on YouTube. Okay, so that's what we were talking about. Oh, we'll call it the social experiment pranks on YouTube. That's what they were.
Some of them are very good.
Some of them are good.
Some are
like
very
giving
good.
food out to the homeless, giving free hugs, flowers to the elderly, a Mother's Day, blah, 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 etc. Those are good social experiments, but the bad ones, no.
You know, this is a good idea. Why don't we make this the topic for the next show? AJ Bassam, thanks for that. That's a really good idea. We'll make this the topic for Thursday's edition of that radio show. We'll talk about different kinds of social experiments, because some of them are actually very good, and some of them are pretty bad.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Bassam, again. We'll let you know next week on the next episode.
By the way, everybody, check out Bassam's Twitter address. It's at AJBASSM. The guy's got a really good sense of humor. It's hilarious, some of the things that he puts up on his Twitter account. Again, at AJBASSM.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us on that radio show, and see you on Thursday at 4 p.m. This is Essam Al-Ghalib.
And Othman Dahlawi.
And our sound engineer,
Ahmed Al-Sheikhi. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds with the news brief.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Yeah.
عندي الأخبار. Stay. Stay. The time now is 5 p.m. This is your news brief, presented by Essam Al-Ghalib. Moroccan Minister of the Interior, Mohammed Hassad, and Minister of the Economy and Finance, Mohammed Boussaid, arrived in Riyadh today. An Afghan official says one policeman has been killed in a roadside bomb explosion in the country's east. The UN Security Council will hold an emergency session in response to North Korea's launch of a long-range ballistic missile today. China's foreign ministry today expressed regret at a rocket launch by North Korea and international condemnation, adding that it called on all sides to act cautiously and refrain from taking steps that might further raise tensions on the Korean peninsula. Russia's foreign ministry said today a rocket launch by North Korea could not but provoke a decisive protest, adding Pyongyang had once again demonstrated a disregard for norms of international law. And finally, Turkey has reached the end of its capacity to absorb refugees, but will continue to take them in, Turkey's deputy premier said today, as his country faced mounting pressure to open its border, where tens of thousands of Syrians fleeing a government onslaught have arrived. This concludes your news brief here on Saudi Radio.